Hey, what's good? Akishiro here. In today's video, we're going to be watching the internet historian for the very first time, and we're going to watch a topic that I really love, and it has to do with the Fyre festival. And if you don't know much about this story, well, sit back and relax, because oh my gosh, it has so much that went wrong.
Hi there. You're probably wondering how I got this tan. Well, let me tell you the story. It begins with a man by the name of Billy McFarland.
Oh man, this scammer.
Billy was a good boy. At 22, he had dreams of becoming a super wealthy entrepreneur, dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis. Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people.
Rick Ross.
One of them was Ja Rule. Translated from German, I believe it means yes, rule. Over drinks, he pitched an idea. Here's an accurate recreation of that event.
Mr. Rule,
He said,
I have a brilliant idea.
Like, word, like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, this thing 2 hours fucking this bitch.
precisely.
Yo, wait. Yo, he actually got the Ja Rule impersonation so right. Like, what was, did he use like his own audio, or was that like one he phoned in? Like, what the? Oh my gosh.
Friends think alike. It will be 2 weeks of absolute luxury in the Bahamas.
Sign me up.
Mr. Rule. Promotion began in late 2016. Fyre promised beaches, ladies, gourmet food, luxury villas. Hosted on a private island in the Bahamas called Fyre, once owned by Pablo Escobar. VIP tickets up to $250,000. Swimming pigs. Blink 182. Major laser. A steel drum. Welcome to Fyre Festival.
Yo, I just want to say, if you see something that's too good to be true, then like, come on, you gotta know something's up. Like, I know like there's the aspect of FOMO and everything, especially in this social media age. Because I know like when this first started, like social media played a big part into why this blew up so much, and like everyone like felt like they had to go. But like, come on, like you really just had to be self-aware of what you're getting into, especially with things like this.
Damn weeks of your life. I bought my ticket immediately. The day arrives. About 5,000 people are making their way directly from Miami Airport, and there are huge delays to get to Fyre. Although I shouldn't say Fyre, because it doesn't exist. In the marketing, they referenced this island, which is actually Norman's Cay, run by George Young, not Pablo, by the way. But that doesn't matter because we're not going there either. We're going to Great Exuma. Private island? Forget that. Population, 7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot.
Yeah, no. They literally messed up. Like, they promoted that it was on Pablo's island, and that was like one of the biggest rules when it came to being on that island, that you can't like self-promote that is Pablo's. So the person that owns the island straight up told them that they have to get out, like they can't do their event anymore. So they had to like scavenge to find like another place that was like close by that also had like infrastructure. And then guess what? It didn't have much infrastructure. Can't say words. It didn't have much infrastructure in the first place, so that played like a bigger part into how much of a disaster this was. Like, I don't know, I just love seeing this, how bad the planning and logistics was for Fyre Festival. It's just, oh my gosh, it makes you appreciate events that just know what they're doing.
The Sandals Resort. In the end, only about 500 of us make it to the island. The remaining customers' flights are cancelled. You're about to see why. We're hauled onto a school bus and taken to the site. A gravel lot with a bunch of FEMA tents.
Oh no!
Remember those promises of luxurious villas? Pranked ya. Enjoy your stay. And don't forget your complimentary cup of UNICEF rice.
Turn this bus right around.
Once there, no one knows whose tent belongs to whom, so staff try getting everyone into a line. Then they abandon that idea and tell everyone it's a free-for-all. Expecting a party, this guy took all of his drugs on the flight over. He's the only one having any fun. Everyone else is grumpy because it's been 5.
No, like legit, like man, they literally had like because I watched a Netflix documentary. They literally had like the guy, this guy, Billy told them to play music as loud as possible just so they can like get people to have a good time and not really have time to think about everything that's going wrong. But the staff also couldn't do anything because no one had any idea like who was the head of command, like what they were supposed to do because the event technically started, but nothing was happening. And the music was messing them up because they couldn't really hear anything. So like, it was just so bad. Like, oh my gosh, like sometimes like you really do just need to like put your foot down and just really just let people have a bad time. Like he just like he did not want to be straight up with them and just let them know that the event was probably gonna have to be canceled. He was gonna have to reimburse everybody, but no, he just had them make it become the worst festival of all time. Like, hey, at least Fyre Festival 2 can't be any worse, right? Yeah, I don't know.
And there's no food. In lieu of food, staff decided to start handing
at least
out
there's
tons of
alcohol.
free tequila. This only exacerbates problems. Once the food does arrive, it's just as delectable as promised though. Gourmet craft single there. A few hours later, bags arrive on a shipping container. It was getting dark and there was no lighting.
So everybody's walking around with their cell phones trying to look for their luggage.
Plenty of people had their luggage stolen. But don't worry, if you have any valuables, the festival advertised top-notch security. Here it is. But no one told guests they had to...
Bruh, I swear, imagine like you're rich or you got decent amount of money and you come back here and someone steals your designer bags and clothes. Oh, I'm suing. Oh my gosh, man.
...own lock. There are rumors of muggings by the locals.
I heard rumors of feral dogs.
A tent supposedly caught fire. The closest beach has a rampant shark problem.
Wait, what?
Staff
There were
don't have
sharks?
uniforms or walkie-talkies, so no one knows who's in charge, and the people who are in charge can't talk to each other. Here's the bathroom. Many staff quit after only a couple of hours. For the few customers who were willing to just make the most of it and enjoy the music, they had some bad news too. All of the major musical acts pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event was promoted as cashless, so all people had were these useless Disney bucks on their Fyre band, which meant they couldn't buy anything or catch a cab if they were stranded. And even with only 500 people, there are too few tents and beds, so everyone is just stealing each other's. And for any of you thinking,
Man, okay. Let's just think about this. They were promised so much, especially when it came to food and drinks. Those are like your most basic source of resources, especially water. And you're telling me they had limited supply of that? It literally was like a Rust server. Like they really just had to fend for themselves. Like, hey, you were SOL if you came by yourself. Like you had to literally group up and just, I don't know, try to become like part of the pack, because there was like your only way to survive. Like I say survive, like you know, like it wasn't life or death, but come on, like if you're gonna be out here for like a weekend in grueling heat, you're everything's exacerbated, especially like the fact that you're getting dehydrated. I don't know, like it's just, you really just have to fend for yourself. Yeah, who said this was supposed to be a good time? I don't think so.
to the sandals. Bad luck. It's peak season and they are absolutely full. People are reaching out to the embassy for help. After a few hours, most people chose to go back to the airport, and the rest were forced back home when the Bahamian government stepped in. The festival was closed. But the exodus from the island made its own problems. Guests spent hours dehydrated and hung over in a hot building. Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known.
Oh my god.
But one girl fainted before they were finally reopened. Everyone gets home and that was the end of it. Except for
yeah, no.
I was rescuing someone, helping them out, and I got lost in the woods. Anyway, back at home, the shitstorm on social media was just ramping up. The Reddit Fyre Festival was created, and it started documenting everything that went wrong at the event. People were circulating a fake tweet by Jar that the whole thing was a social experiment. Some wholesome festival memes there. And it quickly turned into a marketing case study of what not to do. In response, Fyre started serving cease and desist letters to stop people from saying mean things about them. Mr. Rule released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault. Interestingly, he wasn't even on the island at the time. He was giving a concert in Chicago. Although, to their credit, they
Hey, I'm just gonna say, Ja Rule, you missed out on an opportunity. Hey, you could present yourself as the main act. I mean, you would have been the only act, but hey, at least they would have had decently good music.
refund. Or you could always let it ride and opt in for tickets to 2018's Fyre Festival.
And a VIP ticket to next year's Fyre Festival. If they decide to go. Exactly.
Meanwhile, Billy is on full damage control. He claims that a storm came in the night before and changed all of the marketing into lies.
We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night with how the two sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm.
But the apologies weren't enough.
Okay. So he wasn't lying about the storm part. Okay, a storm did happen. I think like the night before or a couple days, but basically like it was already gonna be a disaster no matter what. Like there was no way you're gonna please everyone. But the storm just made everything worse, because imagine like you get crumbs, like scraps, like you at least decently make what you advertise, and then the storm destroys everything you have when it comes to this any ounce of like housing, events, you know, this stuff, everything logistically that you could have done. So I mean, hey, I don't know, maybe just check like the weather app next time you want to host an event in the middle of the ocean. I don't know, like
And the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud.
Ooh.
Serious charges with serious prison time. More on that later.
Let's be honest, bruh. If the feds step in, bro, you're going down. The feds don't pop up unless they got evidence already to put you in jail. Okay, let's be honest here. Like, yeah, you see FBI, hey, that's all your GG's. Hey, write up your will and testimony at that point.
Now let's go into the history of Fyre Festival. The marketing was clever. To get the word out, they got in touch with about 400 influencers, Instagram celebrities, and they offered them VIP tickets or cash to promote the event. They even managed to get Kendall Jenner to post about it. Rumor has it she was paid $250,000.
That's crazy.
Their marketing worked though. The festival sold out. So how did it go so wrong? Let's start with the money. During the planning process, a consultant came in and said the festival would cost $50 million and require another year of organization.
They should have planned this 2 whole years out.
This is after they made all the promises, and they had nothing near that amount, so they started cutting expenses way back. Remember those luxury villas? They were going to cost $10 million alone, so they scrapped them. Now everyone gets a tent. Deposits for the bands? Nope. Food, infrastructure, staff, all were cut back.
What's left?
But, you may ask, how did they have so little cash if they sold out? It's the price. It was way too low. Now wait a minute. Up to $250,000 a ticket is too low. In fact, on social media, people were so merciless and unsympathetic towards the guests because they thought it was a bunch of rich kids paying for tickets with a starting price of $12,000. And you can thank fake news for that assumption. You see that number repeated everywhere. But actually, very few were paying even close to that amount. The standard price was around $1,200. Which, if you think about 2 weeks in the Bahamas with practically all of your expenses taken care of, that's pretty bloody good. In fact, some tickets were as low as $500.
Whoa, bruh. You're telling me Fyre Festival costs less than Disney World? Whoa, okay. Hey, yeah, maybe I'm the bad guy here. Maybe hey, there was hopes and dreams that needed to be accomplished.
Got together and got the early bird special for about $500, and this covered food, transportation, ticket, and somewhere to sleep.
How on earth were they going to break even with that? They weren't. And on the flip side, there's no proof whatsoever that anyone purchased a $250,000 ticket. So basically, they're stuffed. Billy has to start taking tough short-term loans just to keep afloat. Which, by the way, is why they did the Fyre bans. It was to raise cash. It's reported that up to $2 million in Firebucks in-game currency was spent in the lead up to the event. But this wasn't even close to enough. Practically broke, and with the event only a few weeks away, the more experienced staff suggested postponing. But thanks to those short-term loans, he couldn't. So he insisted on going forward. Those staff tried to control the damage by telling celebrities and public figures not to go.
How was the Fyre Festival?
Bro, that's so crazy.
Billy and Jar are in some serious trouble. But let's please have one failed festival that has a sequel. Well, Billy is out on $300,000 bail. His assets were frozen as at May 18th. He dropped his expensive attorneys. He's selling his property in New York. He tried to sell Magnesis for $150 grand, but it was cancelled for being fraudulent. Massively in debt and with no hope of paying it back, Fyre went into involuntary bankruptcy. And that is the end of Fyre Festival. I'll keep you posted about whether Billy is going to jail. So long, Fyre Festival. You were too beautiful for this world. And as for me, well, it's time to go home.
Someone help my mans. All right. I will say something. Oh my God, he died. What? Whoa, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Okay, did not expect to see that one. But no, I will say something though. Like, hey, okay, they actually are gonna do a Fyre Festival too. I say they are, like, it's gonna happen. But like, he is planning it. Billy is trying to do it right now. If you're watching this video, I don't know if there's like 100 people that watch this video. If there's a million, I don't care. Just know it's gonna be a scam all over again. Okay, just sit back, go on Twitter, and just watch everyone else's, I don't know, fail miserably that buy into this. Okay, or maybe you miss out on the biggest event of the year. That's up to you. I'm just a random VTuber you decided to watch on YouTube. But hey, yeah, I don't know. I really just don't know anymore. Well, okay. It's been your boy, August Shiro. You know, I already gave y'all caution about Fyre Festival, but man, damn, it sure is a good time to watch everything. All those go wrong with it. But it's been your boy. Have a good one. Make good choices, and I see you all next time. Peace.